Hi Barry and family. This is Joey from Long Island, Bee Geologist. I'm the guy with the Bee Gees room, and you made my dream come true 5 or 6 years ago when I met you in front of your house, and your wonderful wife Linda took this great picture. I won't even go there, how much that means to me. It's just a dream come true. My message to you today is I just wanted to go and just let you know, well, first of all, happy Halloween. And this is for your 40th anniversary of Living Eyes, which to me is one of the most important albums in my life and makes me relive back in 1981, 40 years ago, a very happy teenager. So I'll tell you a quick story. When that album came out, I was just a kid and I was so psyched. I bought the 45 He's a Liar, and I practically wore out the grooves on this, waiting for the album. I'll never forget how much excited I was to see this great picture on the front, and couldn't wait for the album, counting down the days. And that day when the album came, I had to get my mom's friend to drive me to the mall to pick it up. My parents were busy. My father's a police officer, so he worked crazy hours. And for some reason, and my mom always gets me everything to Bee Gees. But here it was. And this is my copy from when I was that little kid. And just holding it in my hands and seeing it again. You guys always had the greatest album covers. I love it. I love it. And the great logo on the front. And of course the gatefold, which to me, as a kid, this generation just doesn't know. Streaming is okay, Spotify, fine, whatever, but nothing beats a hard copy. It's tangible, and when you open the gatefold and you get this great picture of you guys at Radio City Music Hall, I believe. Just phenomenal. So when I put this album on, my record player's over there, and putting the stylus down on that first song, Living Eyes, the title cut, I felt like a kid on Christmas morning. I felt like as an adult the equivalent would be like winning the lotto. It was so worth that 2-year wait from Spirits Having Flown. The melodies, the lyrics, everything top to bottom, no fillers on this album. And I know what they say this album, all right, so it didn't sell as well. I know in Brazil it went gold, and here in the United States it should have been a #1 album, sorry. And I may have even heard that you might not have been as crazy about it in your catalog, but maybe I'm biased, but I know this is a great album, and it was such a great change. I like this album so much. I have it on. This is a Japanese CD mini LP, and it has all the original artwork and everything too, just like that. I have the first time it was issued on CD, regular CD, and even cassette, which I still have a boombox. I could play this sucker on. Love it. So hearing this album just helped me so much as a teenager. All your music do. All of your albums do. Your catalog is a soundtrack to my life, as it is for many others. But the struggles that a teenager goes through, you helped me through, okay, with that album. But getting back to the album itself, I love when I notice, I'm a big liner note guy, and I was surprised to see that there was no Dennis Bryan, Blue Weaver, and Alan Kendley, the Bee Gees band from previous years, was gone. Now, as I know as a Bee Geologist, I know that you're looking for a different sound, and from working with Barbra Streisand, I know a lot of her musicians you probably got a real kick out of working with. Two of my favorites, you worked with Steve Gadd. My God, what a great drummer. Not that Dennis Bryan wasn't, I totally get it why you guys are trying, something new. And then you had my favorite guitar player of all time. Even growing up as a kid, everybody liked Jimmy Page and everybody else, all those big names. But for me, it was Don Felder from the Eagles, who I actually spoke to a couple years ago, and he mentioned how he said, you were so kind to him, and you're so friendly, and all three of your brothers, it's just a pleasure to work with you guys. And Don Felder even worked on the Andy Gibb Shadow Dancing album, right? He worked in that. He did this all on I Go For You. Great job. But to see you have Don Felder, Steve Gadd, all these wonderful, great musicians, I'm like, and a great sound. So and it was, to me, it was brilliant. It was a welcome change, like that you had Morris got to sing Wildflower, which, oh my God, what a great song to hear him sing lead. And Robin's, wow, just beautiful performance on Don't Fall in Love With Me and Crying Every Day. And of course, Barry, you're just phenomenal as always. Your voice, whether it's falsetto or, I love that you were using full voice on this album. Being that we heard so much of the falsetto from main chorus to Spirits Having Fallen. And the song that really got me was Be Who You Are. And I believe once I sent you a letter and telling you how much it means, but I'll go over it again because it means a lot to me. Be who you are. That the lyric in that song, be who you are, don't ever change. The world was made to measure all your smiles, so smile. And as you can tell in this picture, yeah, you made me smile more than anyone. I mean, just, I think I only get that smile from my kids bring that to me. But that song gave me a lot of strength because there was a lot of hardships as a 12, 13-year-old kid. And I never understood this, but everybody was listening to Led Zeppelin and, you know, and some of my other bands I like too, Rush and stuff. But I wasn't, being that I was a young guy listening to the Bee Gees back then, I don't know why. I don't understand this. But like you said, the enigma with a stigma, it baffles me. And now those people love you guys. And I feel like saying to them, well, you don't deserve to like them because I was there back in the day when you were, you know, the negative stuff was coming out, which I just blows my mind. But Be Who You Are gave me strength. I was so proud to tell everybody about this album. And whenever I went through a struggle, those lyrics would give me strength. And now I use even throughout my life, because as a 55-year-old father and all the challenges I have to go through now, as you well know, my mom's getting old, and all these challenges, your music is my safe haven. And this album gave me a safe haven beginning as a teenager, and I carried it all the way through. I've collected everything for this album I just love. I mean, here's my, I can't fit into it anymore, but here's my Living Eyes baseball jersey, t-shirt. Love this shirt. I have the singles, the 45s, right, the Living Eyes, He's a Liar. And this one was very rare. This was in my collection I cherish. This is Paradise, which another great song. To me, all three of these songs should have been top 10. I don't know why. And here in America, we seem to have a problem with great artists. And I don't know why this album was not played more. I don't buy this crap, how they said the Bee Gees were overplayed and everything. No, it's a bunch of crap to me, but that's just my opinion. So Living Eyes to me will always be an epic album. I don't know how many people know, but so on the closing groove here, I love the connotation to your sense of humor. It says, we have suits too, which refers to the album cover and the back cover. You guys wearing suits, I guess, right? Right? It wasn't just the white, you know, clothes everybody said. And here's a funny story. So that Christmas, because this came out in October, right? I told my mom, I want one of these cool scarves that they have so I could be at Christmas, you know? And my poor mom was always trying to find clothes like that you guys wore that I could try to, you know, because to me, you guys are the coolest guys ever, all right? I don't care what anybody said. And I even like when people say, oh, what are those? No, even in the 70s, those clothes rocked. The white pants and everything, they're great. You guys always were the coolest ever, okay? But I always remember my mom, even when I was 11, I wanted the chains, like, you know, the necklaces, and we went to some cheap store, and I got a long one and a short one like Robin had and like you had. And I remember they turned green in the shower because I was so naive, I didn't know that they weren't real gold. But that's what an influence you got. I tried growing my hair like you one time, and my mom's trying to help me style it the way your hair was. Like, this is what kind of influence you have had on me and an impact on my life. like I said, my daughter is named Melody after just a beautiful song, Melody Fair. And but getting back to the 40th anniversary, I just want to bring some attention to an album that in my book is one of the greats. It's one of the greats, and I don't go by this, what sold, what didn't sold. In my mind, that's a #1 Billboard. That should have been #1. And He's a Liar shouldn't have been at least a top 5 single. I don't know why it stalled at number 40, whatever. And Paradise and the title cut, those are great songs. Those, all the songs in this album are just phenomenal to me. There's no fillers in this album, just like Spirit Time Phone. There's no fillers. When you read right through it, you know, nothing could be good as that. Your full voice vocal performance in there is flawless, as always. You know, and this was the last album for to be on the RSO label, except for Staying Alive. And I just love this album, and I really want to just thank you. I'll wrap this up. I know I talk too much. My daughter, everybody tells me that. But I'm just very passionate over you guys. And like I said, the older I get now, the more I need your music and the more the challenges of life that this place right here, this Bee Gees room here, is my safe haven. And a shout out, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Dick Ashby, who's always been so kind to me. My God, I love all you guys to death, and I can't thank him enough. The fourth BG, one of the greatest. He's told me some great stories. One time I got to speak to him, and what a great job he's done for you guys all those years. I think he told me one time when there was FBI warning in a hotel, and you and Mars had come out, and he had to go back in to get Robin. I'm like, I'm blown away by just what a tight-knit, wonderful, like a family you guys are. And I love being a Bee Gees fan. I love being a Bee Geologist. Barry Gibb, you are my idol, my hero. And your son, Steven, can't thank him enough. He's so kind, just like you. You raised a wonderful family and a wonderful son. Me and him have a lot in common with the fitness and playing guitar and all this. I mean, music, being a father. We have kids around the same age. My oldest just turned 17 and just got his license. And I get fearful at night when I drive. I give him the keys to my Mustang. You're a good kid. I just worry about how others are driving. But again, I'll put my headphones on, and even if any album I pick will give me a little saving grace, and so I can focus. But thanks again for all your kindness, Barry, and I wish you the best in everything. I mean, and Greenfields, great job. Again, just like now Voyager and all your other greats. Keep up the great work. I mean, we need it. We need it out here. We need you. I hope I get a chance to see you in concert again. And I really hope I get a chance to meet you again someday. I would love to hear some stories. Dick Ashby was kind enough to get me a pass to go see the In the Now record signing. But I think you were on Jimmy Fallon, and you might have gotten food poisoning or something. And, oh boy, I had some good questions I was going to ask you about. But thanks again. And I wish you and Linda and your family all the best. Until my next message to you, have a wonderful day. Peace and love.